Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Today is the second day of the special training course. Yesterday, our rector said, so what did he say? What did he taught? What did he teach you?
Research methodology.
Research methodology.
Its purpose.
Huh?
Research.
Definition of research.
Its purpose.
It's a purpose. Actually, Reverend Rajina gave me this topic, Introduction to Research. Actually, I won't teach any subject matter on the research matter, but I will discuss about some important points for a researcher. That's why today you can sit very comfortably, very easily. I think all students have attended my class, my research methodology class. Oh. So today, I'm going to discuss about some important points for a researcher to keep in mind. So you should read this book. How to overcome some difficulties while you are doing research as a PhD student, written by Pamokha, Professor Dr. Dinso, named Balehe Dr. What the hell PhD? No? What the hell PhD? In this book, he explained from the very beginning of his educational journey to the end when he attained a PhD degree. He demonstrates some problematic issues about that choosing topic and communicating with his supervisors, some problems for supervisors, them struggling to complete his PhD journey. You can read in this book. First of all, we are going to discuss the preliminary tips for a candidate for a research project or MA or MPhil or a PhD project. So, most of people think that to complete a PhD project, we must be brilliant or we must be smart. Do you think so? Smart means very highly intelligent. He has very quick thinking, very quick response to a very problematic questions. He has such very high ability. He is called smart person. Do you think we need to be smart to do PhD?
I don't think so.
Do you think so?
I don't think so.
You think?
Yeah.
Why?
Yes, our intelligence is to be good and right.
Yeah.
To write PhD dissertation.
Okay. Oh. Okay, please.
normal person is not good, and normal person is cannot be right to be purpose sedition or PhD. So quality and brilliance is very important for researcher.
Oh, yes, very good idea.
I think it is need to be smart.
Okay, very good idea. You don't think you need to be smart as a PhD student?
Yes, Bhante, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because do we need to suppress our title area if the assertion needed? I think so.
Yeah.
I don't agree with this idea. We don't need the smart.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Anyone? So what's your idea? Are you smart or no man?
I'm no man.
I?
We need to be no man, not smart.
Yeah. Okay. Why?
Because we are PhD students, not teachers.
Yes.
If we are teacher, we will be purpose or smart. Now we are PhD student. That's why we are not fully qualified.
Oh, you mean we are not the scholars?
Yes.
Yeah, we are not professionals. That's why we don't need to be smart.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So how about others? Idea? What's your idea?
Yes, I think we need to be smart whenever.
You?
Because we can face the PhD journey in many difficulties.
Yes.
So our intelligence must be bright, and our thinking must be quick thinking. So we must be smart.
Okay, thank you. So next one.
Yes, in my opinion, to be attained a PhD degree, it's no need to be smart.
You mean you
To be
agree or disagree?
Yeah, disagree. To be PhD degree. To graduate a PhD degree, it's no need to be smart. It's no need to be smart.
No need.
Yeah, it's no need to be smart.
Okay. So how about others? Yeah. Okay, that one. That was.
Thank you, Siada. And my opinion is a little bit different from this. I not fully agree that we should be smart. Not fully agree, but we need to be smart to some extent, and because we are doing here studying Buddhism, so smartness is really connecting with some kind of cunning people, in the secular life. So I think smartness plus some investigative mentality also important.
Okay, thank you, Bani. Here, the definition of the smart is very highly intelligent or brilliant. It's a very good quality. So you explain smart means involves communication with the cunning persons like this.
It is also
so don't think very wide.
And
here, definition smart means highly intelligent or very brilliant. Means yes. So do you agree or disagree?
I agree,
this
but
question?
I think we should be wiser, and we should be wise, smarter than wise. I think it is very important.
So that's why I understand your idea. a PhD student must be wiser than smart.
Yes.
You mean
yes,
it?
Yes. I mean-
Smarter.
Yes.
Oh, very good. Smarter.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So next one.
In my point of view, for normal PhD degree, we no need to be smart. If you want to do qualified PhD degree, we need to be smart and brilliant.
There are two types of a PhD degree, you mean like
Yes,
that?
yes. Some PhD degree is normal. Some PhD degree is qualified. So if you want to do qualified PhD degree, we need to be smart and brilliant. Without them, we cannot do like that.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So, Bani, your idea?
So according to me, for a students to do higher study, you need to be a smart, but not highly intelligent. According to your point, I'm disagree with that one. Because to study, just have some knowledge, and as my other friends already mentioned, so some knowledge, a wider knowledge, but not highly intelligent.
So, you mean it's enough for us to have normal intelligence to gain PhD degree?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how about others? Ania? What do you want to say?
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking question. So, in my opinion, I would like to prefer the PhD researcher need to be smart, because during the research process, we have to evaluate other sources and data. So, also, when we get a PhD degree, that means we have to introduce our new knowledge to that area. So, we need to be smart over other. Without smart, we cannot add our contribution and over other, or the data already found by other. So we have to be smart.
Okay, thank
We
you.
have to go ahead.
Okay, your idea is we must be smart as a PhD student.
Sure.
Okay. So any others idea? Noah? Okay. This is Richard Banerjee, his idea. He said, I've met a few spectacularly brilliant PhD students, plenty of others who were just smart enough. This didn't really make a difference in the quality of their PhDs. People of less than first-class intelligence make it across the finish line, leave PhD in hands. So, how you understand this phrase? What is his main idea? How do you understand? How do you understand this phrase? Yes. Yes. Here, this is a comparative between very highly intelligent or smart students with normal intelligence. But there is no difference between their results from their research produced from their PhD thesis like that. That's why Here, this means we need intelligent, normal intelligent. But we don't need to be smart. If you are smart, it's better. I don't mean it, you don't need to be smart. But if we are smart, better you can do. Better you can do like this. But even that students have with normal intelligence can complete PhD research work. This paragraph means like that. I understand. So this is Matthew Mite idea. This means just smart or just highly intelligent cannot finish the PhD degree. But we need intelligent. But intelligent alone cannot make the finish of the PhD degree, like this means. So, what makes a good PhD student? What makes PhD students? Before we are going to move on this title. So when I ask, you give different answers and different ideas. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your ideas. But most scholars believe that a student can do PhD degree with the normal intelligence. It means normal intelligence is enough for him to complete a PhD research work. This means, but if we are smart, it's better we can do than the normal intelligent students. So, but highly intelligent alone cannot make completion of the PhD degree. This is my idea. So you can have different ideas. So if we believe that every PhD candidate must be smart, do you think so? Every PhD candidate are smart? I don't think so. But only with the normal intelligent people can accomplish the PhD journey. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now we are going to next. What makes a good PhD student? There are several facts to make a good PhD student. First of all, curiosity. Curiosity. A burning desire to learn more and ask why, to understand the foundation of the concept. သိကျင်စိတ်ပေါ့နော် သိကျင်စိတ် burning desire. We can say in Pali, what? Chaitadibri, Chandadibri. Chaitadibri, Chandadibri. It's the most important thing for its students. More important than highly intelligent. More important than smart. Highly, this is curiosity is. Some argumentative points or problematic issues make them to have curiosity to ask why. You want to know more in detail about something like this. This is a curiosity. So, one thing important for a student, PhD student, is curiosity or Chaita Dibri, Chanda Dibri. It's one thing important. Second is dedication. Dedication. It's also important because PhD journey is quite long, not just 1 year, not just 2 years, not at least 3 years. That's why, so there we have many things to do for a PhD student. That's why we dedicate our times, our efforts to this project. In my opinion, 75 or 80% of our time should be dedicated to this project to be accomplish our PhD journey. Otherwise, we cannot find the goal. We cannot catch the final goal. So that's why the Professor Matthew Hyde says, even a student is smart or highly intelligent, cannot finish his PhD research work without this curiosity or dedication like that. The next one is perseverance. It's in Pali, what we can say? Viriya Dibri. Viriya Dibri. Viriya Dibri. It's very important for a students, not only PhD students, but also MA or BA or any students to trying hard. Yeah, this is not just a trying hard. If we have any difficulties, we can struggle to overcome such difficulties. This perseverance. That's why we are Dibri. This is also very important. Tenacity, a quality of being very determined or determination. First, we just try hard. If we face some difficulties while we are doing research work, we fail, we go back. If so, we cannot catch the final goal. That's why a PhD student must have tenacity. It's important. The next one is resilience. Resilience. There's a Chanya Kambu. These are two words like a synonym. The last one is self-discipline or self-control. It's also very important. So as it's PhD students, we focus our main work, our main duty. But sometimes we have some social activities, social works. We have to say no. we must say no. We must say no. So sometimes we use our phone very long time. We have it's become a habit, a habit. Without looking our phone, we cannot sleep. We cannot sleep. So that's why self-discipline, self-control is important for a PhD student so that he can complete his PhD degree. So these 6 factors are attributes of a PhD candidate. These facts can make a good PhD student, or otherwise we cannot complete our PhD research work. So the next is some qualities of a PhD candidate. First one is proficiency. Proficiency. We can say in Myanmar, proficiency is very important. For example, we are Buddhist monks. We must expert in the Tripitaka and commentaries and sub-commentaries. At least we must understand that when we read canonical texts, commentaries and sub-commentaries. Otherwise, we cannot do research work or Buddhist studies. Or you will have difficulties to do research work or Buddhist studies. So just expert in Buddhist text and Pali language is not enough for a PhD student to do. We must also understand the research methodology physically, not a scholar, not like a scholar, like a student. So that's why proficiency is very important for a research student. Proficiency, ability to perform our research project with accuracy and consistency and systematically, and it's often measured against specific standards. So, when we say proficiency, we must understand some aspect involved in the proficiency. We need skill or competencies. It's not enough just to know the Pali language. More than that, we must apply Pali language. We can apply Pali language in our research work. Just understanding research methodology is not enough for a PhD student. He must apply the methods while he is doing PhD research. This is also proficiency. Proficiency means not just knowing. If someone is a knowledgeable person, he is not proficiency. We must have a knowledge. We can use it in our project, in our research works, like that. This is, for a PhD student, this is a proficiency. Next one is critical thinking. These days, in the outside the world, this term is a very popular, critical thinking. But we Burmese, most of the Burmese, especially monks, are afraid of this word, critical thinking. But what's the critical thinking? What's the critical thinking? What do you understand, critical thinking? How do you understand?
We have to think every minute. It is superior or not. It is good or bad. We have to think.
So most of the people think that the critical thinking is to criticize others' weakness like this, blame others.
Yes.
Critical thinking is not a blame. It's not blame. Not criticize, not think ill of others. Okay?
Yes, I agree with you.
Okay.
It is not just criticize.
Yeah.
Actually, it is we have to focus on our thinking, on our thoughts. I think like that.
So how do you understand the term critical thinking?
Yes, Pandit. In my opinion, is just separated data or information what we get and don't add our feeling and our tradition thinking. Only when we see what we met and our ability will approach what we get. So it's not bias for the information. It's only a right decision what we can consideration.
Okay, what about your idea?
My idea is critical thinking is we must think something's weak point or strong point, and then we thought that's weak point. And so I mean, critical thinking is we must be think about weak point and strong point, and then we thought how to solve this problem. And this is critical thinking.
Very good. Your idea?
I think critical thinking is a good idea and good thinking which can solve the certain problem.
Very good. How about others?
Yes, that's very good. Critical thinking is a type of evaluating skill. One's action, one's work from a perspective of one or two perspectives.
Very good.
Yeah, for example, social perspective, religious perspective, something like that.
Okay, thank you. So, some monks are very silent. I think they are they are in meditation.
In my opinion, critical thinking is just expressing our disagreement. And it does not mean that I just criticize my enemy. And it is a kind of constructive idea. And so that I understand a thing that is not going very well, so I can suggest him, and you are not doing in a right way, but you should do this in this way. So this type of constructive suggestion, and I think this is a very welcoming, and this should be, and we should do this type of criticize in our life.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. This is not meditation class.
This is my opinion, Bhaddanta.
Critical thinking is when we find some facts, we can consider it is acceptable and non-acceptable, and it is logical and illogical. We need to consider whatever we fix, whatever we meet is first acceptable and unacceptable, logical and illogical, because we want to get suitable meaning and suitable facts to apply for our social to apply our social welfare and social problem. This is my opinion, sir.
Thank you. Others? Do you want to share your idea?
Yes, sir. It is look like the Bali was Vipijas.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
We have to divide us, we have to analyze, and we have to investigate, and we have to decide objectively.
Very good, Ania. Yes. Yeah, critical thinking is very simple. We can trace in the teaching of the Buddha, especially most popular sutra is a Kalama Sutra, like that. So most scholars demonstrate this sutra as a critical thinking of the Buddha's teachings. So basically, critical thinking is we don't accept anything we read, anything we heard without thinking, without investigation, without reasoning. So whatever we heard, whatever we read, whoever says to us, we ask why. We ask question why. Then we investigate why he said so, why it happened like this. This is critical thinking. This is the one point. Another point is critical thinking, then thinking widely. Thinking widely. We don't need to just think what the text, we read the text. We have to open, we should have an open mind. We should have open mind. Analyze the text. What the text say more. We should analyze the text. For example, how many blessed in Mingla Sutta? 38. Do you think only 38? We never think there should have more blessed, more Minglas. Do you think so? Sure, we don't know. But in the Mingla Sutta, say Attributions Mangala. Then we receive 38 blessed. But actually, the Buddha himself has said, Etatisani, Katawana, Sabbata, Mabrasita, Sabbata, Sute, Gachanti, Eta, Mangala Modama. The Buddha himself says, not just at 38. Do you understand? Yeah. There are many, many places like this 38 blessed. But we never think we can have more blessed. This is critical thinking. So, Do you think there was Buddhism in Bhaddanta dynasty before before Shin Arham came to the Bhaddanta? Do you think so? Huh? Yeah. According to our history book, before Shin Arham, before the arrival of the Shin Arham in Bhaddanta, we have a Yijis. But according to the Dr. Professor Tantron, there is no evidence for the Ajijis in Bhaddanta dynasty. No evidence. Sorry. There is evidence for the Ajijis. But in our history, Ajijis are very bad, very bad priests, very bad. They have a very bad behavior like this. But the Dr. Sanon said there is no evidence. Ajijis are very bad. No evidence like that. The tradition of the Ban-U like this. He didn't found any evidence for that concept. So, wider thinking is also a kind of the critical thinking. When we read the text, we think, we should think wider. So this is a kind of the critical thinking. So in the critical thinking, there are some monks also says problem solving. The system of the problem solving. So in the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the Buddha used very updated teaching methods. That is the first teaching of the Buddha. We can find teaching methods, very systematic teaching methods. Especially this method can be used in the problem solving. So first the Buddha point out the problem of the life, dukkha, suffering. Then trying to find the origin of the suffering. Then he showed methods to solve the life problem. Finally, he explained the final samabuna, nirvana. This method is a very update. In the 21st century skills, there is problem solving using these methods. So sometimes we understand the teaching of the Buddha, but we have a weakness to applying them practically in our day-to-day life. So this is critical thinking. So a PhD student must have critical thinking, or otherwise when we face some difficulties, some problematic issues, we cannot solve such points. Next one is a PhD student must also have a creative thinking. The main purpose of the PhD or research work is to create new knowledge. So without creative thinking, we cannot complete the PhD research work. That's why creative thinking is also very important. So, for example, the Mingla Sutta, the example of the Mingla Sutta I explained earlier, nobody thought there are more Minglas, more blessings in the Minglas, in the Tripitaka. But we first think the idea there are more Minglas. Why you say Edadi Sani Gadwana Sabra Mabrajita, the Buddha taught like that. This is the evidence. This is also creative thinking. He creates new knowledge. But your new knowledge must have strong evidence, solid evidence. Without evidence, you cannot do. So, creative thinking is also very important for a PhD candidate. Cognition, it's also very important. A quality of clear or logical or convincing lucidity. So, first, before you start your essay, your PhD students, what you must do? Yeah, you have to propose your title. Okay? So, in doing so, you must have cognition, or otherwise, the academic board will not accept your title. You have to explain it clearly, so that the academic board accepts your idea is suitable. Your title is suitable for a PhD or for a MPhil or for MA like this. That's why cognition is also very important. This is the first step of the PhD journey. When you are doing research as a PhD or MA or MPhil students, you have to communicate with your supervisors. But most of the students believe that their supervisor can help them. Supervisors are very helpful to them. They believe that. It's negative. Don't hope much from the supervisors. Supervisors never give the answer. They give you the questions only. But he will guide you. You should go and meet such person, such a scholar. You must read this book too. So there's a problem like this. So at the time, when you present your research report, on that time also, cognition is very important to accept your idea. The supervisors, you should explain it clearly or reasonably so that the supervisors accept your idea. So otherwise, you have to go rewrite. Then again, go supervisor to meet. That he blamed, he scolded you. Then go again, rewrite. Many times they rewrite. Because so there is the chance for a PhD student. You must explain the complaint from the supervisor. This is your chance. So most of the students accept whatever the supervisor said. It's not okay. But you investigated, you collected the data, you analyze the data, your idea is based on the solid evidence. You have to explain the supervisor so that he can accept your idea, your writing. That's why guidance is very important for his students, so that he can finish his PhD research work. The next one is the resourcefulness. Resourcefulness. So, some people think that it's a very easy way to finish the PhD degree. But some people think that very, very difficult to finish the PhD degree like that. But a PhD is neither very easy, neither very difficult. But while you are doing research, you have to face some difficulties. Even you will feel you will cry, at least you will feel your tears are pouring from your eye like this. You will face such severe difficulties like that. But you have resourcefulness so that you can overcome such difficulties. Difficulties are many came from different points, from your university, from your supervisor, the place you are staying, like that. Sometimes you have to face some political impacts, social impacts. There are many, many difficulties that you have to face while you are doing PhD research. Anyway, if you are a resourceful person, you can overcome such difficulties, whatever it is, whatever there. In my experience, the most hard difficulty I faced, the change of the supervisor. My supervisor is a Japanese professor. While I'm doing PhD for just 1.5 years, he left Sri Lanka for Hong Kong University. So I changed another supervisor because he's internet supervisor. As a PhD student without internet supervisor, it's not okay. That's why I choose another supervisor as the internet. At the time, you think I have to communicate with the new supervisor. As for a new supervisor, he would feel to watch the Indian movie in the middle. So because I have done my thesis for 1.5 years. So it's a very difficult job for me at the time. First time I'm trying to meet my new supervisor. He's very busy. He's the director of the postgraduate institute. He's a very poor. He is very poor in time. So that's why I'm trying to meet. To speak just 10 minutes. First time, I hand over my writings. You read, blah blah blah. Because I have written for nearly 2 chapters finished. He said, how I read such many papers. You Burmese monks are doing grammar. He shouted like this. So, my first supervisor, Japanese professor, he's a modern scholar. New supervisor is a traditional scholar. Very different between them. That difference impact on me. Oh, new supervisors. I don't like modern scholars. I don't like. Why? Modern scholars, very bush. They don't understand Pali words like that. Oh, at the time you imagine how I feel sad. Because I have done 1.5 years. According to his idea, the whole writings, my writings, should be set aside, throw away. Oh, you can imagine. That's why I calm down. Now, what should I do to overcome this problem? I rewrite just 5 or 6 pages and summarize just 5 or 6 pages. Then I hand over to the new supervisor again. That I'm trying to speak with him just 10 or 15 minutes. I explain. I am not a follower of the modern scholars. I argue modern scholars' ideas. In my paper, I criticize, honor the translations. At least 25 or 30 points. I explain like that. Oh, at the time he disliked modern scholars. I told him I am not a follower of the modern scholars. I argue modern scholars' ideas. He's very happy. So that's why when you are doing PhD research work, you also will face such very, very difficult problems, very, very difficult issues. That's why you must be resourceful person so that you can overcome such difficulties. That's why resourcefulness is also important for PhD students. This is also very important quality. So the last one is time management. So as I explained to you, PhD journey is very long, at least 3 years. That's why we need to schedule, we need to manage time properly. You have to collect the data, then you have to meet your supervisors, then you have to write your research report, then rewrite. That's why you need to allocate the time properly. That's why time management is also very important. It's also a kind of the quality of the PhD students. Now, 3:30. Okay, I will summarize my discussions today. Here, in my opinion, not only my opinion, some scholars' ideas. We don't need to be highly intelligent to finish the PhD degree, but intelligence is, we need intelligence. But if you are smart, it's better, it's okay. Here means just smart, just highly intelligent, it's not enough for a PhD students. That's why there are some professors, it says that highly intelligent or smart or non-smart, not different comparing with their PhD thesis. So these are some attributes of a PhD candidate: maturity, dedication, perseverance. The next one, next 3, tenacity, resilience, self-discipline. These 6 kinds are important attributes of a PhD student, a PhD candidate. Next one, qualities of a PhD candidate: proficiency, critical thinking, creative thinking, coherency, resourcefulness, time management. So you are trying to do PhD research work. So these factors, these qualities can make you a good PhD student. Okay, thank you so much. This is just introduction to research. So, any question?
How to be resourceful? How to be resourceful?
Resourceful?
Yes.
So, it's a depend on you face. It depends on the difficulties that you face. So you face maybe some accommodation problem difficulties or some supervisor difficulties. So I suggest you can first, when you face some difficulties, you should control your mind. You calm down. Then think wisely. Then you think wide, the correct ways to overcome such difficulties. So that's why the way will be depend on the difficulties that you face.
Okay, sir.
You understand?
Thank you, sir. I understand.
Bhaddanta, as a PhD candidate, how many times to read in one day at least? Bhaddanta. Now I want to know how you manage your time in your PhD dissertation.
Okay, thank you. Very, very interesting question.
Yes.
It's a very easy. You must read as much as you can.
Yeah.
You must read as long as you can. It's a very easy when you ask that question. How I manage my time? Actually, I spent 6 years to finish my PhD degree from the MP 1.5 years finish. Then next 4.5 years of PhD. I have to extend. I have to request for extension 2 times. There is a deadline. No, I'm not allowed to extend more. That's why I'm very good in time management. Because I use full time. So actually, when I was doing PhD, I have many challenges. There is no Burmese monk who got PhD degree from Sri Lanka. That's why we don't have any person who shows the right way. That's why we walk our own way. It's a very difficult. So I am, according to my experience, I use the time, much time, for collecting data. After collecting data, I'm trying to write. I think writing is 1.5 years. Writing finish. We have to spend more time to collect data. But according to your university, you have to manage your time. But it's difficult to explain my experience on the time management. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Next question.
Teacher, I would like to request to choose the kind of PhD. How should we choose? How should we choose? Teacher, give some suggestion based on your experience for title.
You mean what? You mean how to choose a good title?
Yes, for our PhD students.
So when I teach you research methodology, I explained how you should, which type of title that you should choose, which type of title that you should avoid. I explained because you are students. That man explained it. We are not scholars. That's why we should that topic. Where we should the easy topic to because our aim is to finish PhD. That's why don't choose very difficult topics. But especially we must consider our proficiency. Some topics are easy, but not for you, for the supervisor or for the professor. So that's why some students requested the professors, asked some suggestions from the professors. The professors suggest this topic is very good, very interesting. But it's interesting for him, not for me, not for you. He's a proficiency in that subject, but you are not a proficiency. That's why you must discuss with supervisors or experienced researchers, but you must decide yourself the topic you choose.
My question is, you said you had to continue to finish your PhD degree with new supervisor. Your new supervisor didn't access modern technique. He only accept former or the old techniques. So, how did you do to finish your PhD degree without modern techniques? Here, I would like to know. Whether your thesis has a modern technique or not.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I explained you the new supervisor dislike not dislike a modern technique, modern scholars' ideas. He doesn't like modern scholars' ideas and not technique. But he believes in modern scholars are not proficient in the Pali language, in the Tripitaka. That's why he doesn't like. That's why.
Was he monk, Siada?
Pardon?
Was he monk or lay person?
Lay person. But some monks who have a stay in Sri Lanka, they will know. He's a very famous, very knowledgeable, very famous person, very traditionalist, nationalist. And then Sri Lanka people says he is mobile library, like that. Have you stayed in Sri Lanka? No. He's a lay person, but this rope lay person. Phony Ludwig, that's why he is a traditionalist. So, do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. No, Moran. He did his PhD in Australia, but he did not finish because the academic book asked him to edit, to correct some points. He did not accept. No, if he emits such points, his ideas meaningless. That's why he came back without such kind of person. Yeah, any question? Yeah, just 3:40, 35. You have time. Please use your time. I used my time for 6 years. Any question? Whatever you want to know about the research methodology? No question. No question. Usually I say what? No question is what? No question is stupid.
How do you make data collection when you make thesis?
It's a very difficult for me. Especially, my research is based on the documents, especially Tripitaka and commentaries, sub-commentaries. It's a very difficult. In my introduction, I solved some problematic issues on the Parajika. Some people say what's the real penalty of the Parajika like this. So I have to read some modern scholars' research works. Then I have to discuss. I have to find some evidence, especially evidence from the canonical text. It's the most important thing because some scholars do not accept evidence from the commentary and sub-commentaries. they argue, they support evidence from the canonical text, their claim. That's why we have to argue their idea with the evidence from the canonical text. So it's quite difficult. So how to collect my data? So first, actually my main research work is translation. First, I have to collect some technical terms. Then I have to check some modern scholars' translations. So then, if I agree, if I accept their translations, it's okay. If I don't accept their translations, I have to create new translations. If we do like that, we have to show evidence of why I translate like this. I have to give, and here I want to encourage you to learn not only Pali language but also Sanskrit language also, because when we discuss some technical terms, Pali terms, and some difficult Pali terms, we have to consult Sanskrit grammar too. That's why, as a Buddhist scholar, we must be expert not only in the Pali language. We have to know basic knowledge of the Sanskrit language also.
Teacher, when he writes thesis, we have to find new knowledge or new finding when we write. It is important idea, but now we are based on Buddha's teaching, Buddha literature. So how can we find new finding in Buddha's teaching for our visit?
Okay, very good question. What do you think a new finding? What do you think new finding? Huh?
New finding is someone is not fact until when we write.
So actually, new finding is also based on the evidence. Without evidence, no new finding, no new knowledge. Do you understand? Earlier, I explained to you about the Mangala Sutta. There is a new finding, new knowledge. New knowledge is based on the new finding. New finding based on the evidence. You understand? It's a very easy to find new findings. Here I explain new knowledge. What is a new knowledge? Like this. They think a new knowledge is apart from the text. Actually, new knowledge is based on the text, based on the evidence, based on the Tripitaka, based on the evidence from the Tripitaka. Do you understand? So new finding is not separate. New knowledge is not separate from the evidence. But new finding is created based on the evidence. Yes. No, that is not new evidence. Evidence is no new. That is existing. Yeah. Based on that Gatha, I understand new understanding. New understanding, new finding same. I understand. Oh, there are more 38 blessings. That is a new finding. Why you create this new finding? Yeah, the Buddha said himself, Etati Sani Garvana Zavra. That's why not only 38. Actually, new knowledge and new finding. For example, in my opinion, new understanding and new finding are same. This is just my idea, just my opinion. How you understand the text? Yeah, when you read the text, there are at least 3 levels. You understand what the text says. You understand just what the text says. This is every people can read. But how you understand the meaning of the text? How you understand the meaning of the text? This is the second level. So, just understand, to understand just the text says is not enough for a PhD candidate. You have to read the text critically. Then you will understand. So in the Dhammacriya method, we say Adibhayata. Adibhayata means your understanding, your interpretation. New finding is based on the interpretation. If you understand the sentence Adibhayata sentence in the Dhammacriya method, you can find new findings. Do you understand? Yeah. Okay. Next.
I want to know Bhaddanta have delivered so many quality for PhD candidate. Among them, I want to ask the quality self-discipline. Self-discipline is very important for research candidate because self-discipline is nearest quality, approximate quality for PhD candidate. Without self-discipline, any other quality will not affect on our research journey. So I want to hear some suggestion from you how to overcome self-indulgence and how to create self-discipline based on your experience.
So it's important in self-control.
Yes.
It's the main point.
Yes, sir.
Self-control. As ordinary people, we have some social connections, social duties. As for me, I'm a Nayaka in Makudarama. How busy, but I leave that duty and go and stay another temple. So cut the social duties, cut off. This is one thing. So it's the most. If I stay in the Makudarama Myanmar temple, I cannot finish my PhD degree. That's why I cut off such duties. I cut off some social connections. I stay myself in St. Lee's temple. I control myself because I want to speak with my friends in Burmese. I want to go to Makudarama Myanmar temple. I want to eat Burmese food. Oh, but I don't want to be. Yeah, like that. It's important to control your mind. You are, for example, you are happy to watch your telephone for you use your telephone very long time. You think, oh, this is not my main task. I have to reduce using phone. Finally, cut off social media, using social media like that. Because the main task is to finish your PhD thesis. You focus your mind on the PhD thesis, your work. That's all. Yeah. No more question. No more. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much. I hope you are satisfied with my discussion today. If you want to know more about the research methodology, you can contact me whenever you would like to know, whenever you want to discuss about the higher education. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we finish, we conclude by reciting Buddha Sasana 3 times together. Buddha Sasana Chiran Taitatu. Buddha Sasana Chiran Taitatu. Buddha Sasana Chiran Taitatu. Sadhu, sadhu.